Well, hello. All right, so today I went to Home Depot and went a little crazy. Let's see here. Sorry, I'm sitting down. So I went to Home Depot near my house in Portland. Actually, I went yesterday, and I picked up a few strings of Christmas lights. They were 50% off, but you know the prices were okay. But one of the strings was had a problem, so I went to return it today, and the guy at the counter said, "Oh, they're 75% off today." So I, even though I only had the one string with me, he returned all three that I bought yesterday, and I rebought them for the new price, which basically I had picked up. I picked up three of these yesterday. So strings of 100, and the nice thing about these, which got my interest, is they're white, and they are more waterproof than typical. These are them right here. And what happens is there's actually a little cap. So each LED, let me see if I can screw with one hand. These are all tight. Let me find one that's not tight. Well, okay, so I guess I'll show the picture on the box. So here we go. So there's a cap that goes over the LED, so it sort of seals it. So it just helps keep water out. I don't know if these are going to work any better. You know, they show a picture of the lights in the snow there. But anyways, they come with a 7-year warranty. Although the warranty's sketchy, it only is a 7-year warranty if you use it for 90 days out of the year, not all year. But anyways, so it was one of these. The problem was one of the caps was missing, and they don't give you any spares, so that sort of ruined that set. So I went back. They had more of these today, so I got a new set. And then he, like I said, the guy returned all 3 sets I bought yesterday, even though I only had the one. And then I rebought 3 sets for the new price. So these ended up costing about $6 each, which isn't bad, I think. This is them right here plugged in. The white color is decent. I mean, there's a little bit of flicker. I don't think the camera even shows it. It's definitely full wave rectified. So you basically, you know, if there's any flicker, it's 120 hertz. I'd say there's a capacitor on here too, although it's probably a tiny, tiny one, because they, I mean, there's a slight flicker, but it's pretty pleasing. The white is decent. It's not super warm, but it's definitely not cool. It's warm white. It's a little bit on the cooler side. Anyways, I was planning to, so what I did is I picked up an extra one of these strings, so now I have 4 total, so 400 lights. I was planning to put these out in the backyard on along my fence and stuff, which is why I got white. They're not really for Christmas. I thought I'd just do some nice lighting, and I got 4 of these strings, and you know the total was like $24. So really, I can't complain. I mean, they're normally like $20 a string or something like that. I don't know. Anyways, yeah, they end up being $6 each. So then I went back in and see what else they had for 75% off. So I picked up 2 of these strings. These are the color changing bulbs. Each one, sorry, it's like hard to tell. Each bulb has 4 wires that goes into it. There we go, 4 wires. So there's this little control box, and I have 2 strings. There are 12 each. There's 2 strings plugged in. This is obviously potted because it feels like a solid brick, but this is the microcontroller. When you plug them in, they do this pattern. They do not have any modes. This is it. This is all you can do with these. So that's not fantastic. But obviously, being a 4-string, you know, box here, this would be very easy to control from Arduino and just remove that. So I got 12 each, so there's 2 strings, so 24 total. I haven't plugged in the 2 strings into each other. See, here's the plug that's just connecting them. This is 120 volts here. So there's no DC connectivity between these 2. I will be surprised if they stay in sync as they kind of go through their patterns. So far, they appear to be in sync, which is kind of surprising. Maybe they use the AC 60 hertz to kind of count cycles, and that's why they still stay in sync. This is the box here. Syncrolights Qty.12. Anyhow, these being 75% off were just a little bit over $5 each. So, and as you can see, they're you know, they have this. You can see inside there's just a little LED Well, it's hard to tell on the phone, but there's just a little LED in the bottom there. But they look pleasing enough. And I'd say with the Arduino, I could definitely control those and do some nice stuff with them. As you can see, yeah, they're still pretty much in sync. Build quality, you know, well, there's a zip tie there. Anyways, I don't know. They're not too shabby. I mean, I'd say these should be all right. I don't know. Again, now that I know that the LEDs with DC current really corrode, I won't really install these where they'll get wet. So if I put them outside to get on the house, I'll put them under the eaves. But I'll definitely, I mean, these patterns are fine, but I would rather have an Arduino with my own software, you know, using fast LED. You can guarantee that the controller that is in each of these LEDs is one of the standard Chinese ones that you can control with a fast LED library. So this, there we go, $10 for these 2 strings. That's a really good price. Obviously, it was, you know, these were 15 something each originally. Yeah, I wouldn't spend that much on just 12, but they're nice, and the wiring's black and it's thick. I don't know. Boy, look at all these warning labels. This is ridiculous. Anyhow, so 12 of those, and yeah, like 4 strings of these EcoSmart, which I think is the Home Depot brand, by the way. Yeah, because if you look at the warranty, they will repair or replace them for 7 years, and it says take it to Home Depot or call the Home Depot number. Not bad. I haven't measured current to any of these. I think this one says it uses something like 8 watts. Yeah, 8.4 watts it says. So anyhow, okay. Next, moving on. Right here, this is another set of white. I ended up with 2 of these. These are 50 each. Here's another one. So what these are is, let me find the box. There we go. Martha Stewart Living. Ooh. Anyways, Home Depot had like their own house brand LEDs. I don't know, there's some really cheap generic ones. They were $2, $1.99 each. They looked really cheap. The construction quality was just horrible. They had a ton of them though, and for $2, you know, not bad for 50 LEDs. But I picked these up. They were slightly more expensive at $275 or $274 per string of 50. 16 feet long. It says continuous on. Again, you can't really tell in the phone here, but they definitely have just a slight amount of flicker. Actually, I'd say less than these 100 strings. So definitely full wave rectified, and I would say there's definitely a capacitor. The plug is not very big, that's it. And on the other end, it's the same thing. It's just sort of small, but that's enough space. There's definitely there's a fuse in there, but it could have a capacitor. It has got a little one. But anyways, what's nice is the color of the white is really nice. It's very, very warm. It's very much like the old incandescent ones. And what I liked about these Martha Stewart ones here, they look, the bulb style is just like the incandescent one with the little nipple on the top. I love that. So you can see there's the LEDs inside. So they're just plastic covers. But I really kind of dig that retro look. I mean, these ones are just sort of, well, let me just show you the ones that are turned off. You know, like that. So they're all right, but not as cool as this, you know, retro style here. So anyways, so I got 2 of the whites. $2.75 a pop, like I said. Continuous on, up to 25, flicker-free bulbs. Doesn't really say eco options. You know, these are definitely made in China. That's the Spanish side. It's 2 spare bulbs, 80% less energy. Total set wattage 8.4. Wow, that's interesting. I'll have to test all of these because I don't really... Oh, look, imported for Home Depot. So this is Home Depot brand as well. Anyways, for a little over $2, not bad. Not bad at all. I mean, these ones were, you know, double the length and $6. So, you know, almost 3 times the price. But I really do feel like the waterproofing, like the design with the cap and everything, you know, should help. Oh, here we go. This one's unscrewable. So this is what I was talking about. See? So if, you know, I just go through and tighten these up, maybe check periodically outside, I would hope these will stay pretty good. I mean, I don't know. I mean, water could still leak through the base here. So, you know, what do you know? All right, so 2 of the white strings from Martha Stewart. All right, and then the final string, I ended up with 4 of those, is the Martha Stewart again, but in color. And let's just see what it says about the wattage. 2 spare bulbs, cool to the touch. 8.4 as well. It does say for decoration only, not permanently installed, and can be used outside. Warm glow of incandescent. Well, okay, so the problem is the color temperature obviously is too cool. I mean, look, it doesn't have a lot of the there aren't a lot of bulbs that are yellow. The colors are basically a yellow, a red, green, blue, and purple. So I mean, the green, blue, and purple are, you know, the LEDs that emit a lot of blue green. The red and yellow are nice and bright. Considering everything's the same brightness, I'm assuming they're all the same. What is it? Gallium arsenide, or I'm sure I got that wrong, but you know, the newer phosphor type LEDs. But yeah, I mean, they're obviously very blue greeny to the look, but just like the other string of whites, they have the old retro look. Very nice, very pleasing. Yeah, I just kind of wish they were a little bit warmer. Almost like if they had just used white LEDs with colored envelopes, so like, you know, a little bit of a red plastic cover, and they put a white LED, that would kind of give it more that traditional look. But I guess people just like this rich color look as well. The colors are deep. And then, of course, flicker-wise, yeah, I mean, there's a little bit, but it's pretty minimal. Again, pleasing. Like, I wouldn't be bothered by having these in the house, you know, on a tree or something. So they were also $2.75. Let's see if anything's getting warm. Yeah, there's just ever so slightly warm. I got 4 strings of those, $2.74 a pop as well. So I mean, overall, I spent what, $33 today on all these lights, and yesterday I spent another, what was it, $13, and that's, you know, with the discount of returning them and getting the 75% off. So not bad. I would say what, $46 for all of these lights. 400, I don't know, hundreds of lights here. Plenty that, I mean, I don't have a use for these at the moment. I'm just going to put them in my box downstairs. But next year, if I want to decorate, I have lots to choose from. And yeah, this is the pile of boxes here. So, not bad. All right, thanks for watching. Oh, and just in case you were thinking of going to buy some yourself, they had just marked it down. I was at the store at 11 o'clock this morning, and they were going fast. In fact, I got the replacement of these outdoor waterproof ones for myself, and then I went and picked up a 4th set, so now I have 4 total. And then just after I did that, some guy walked up and took all of the white ones, which were about 10 more. He just grabbed them all and left with them to purchase. And there were other people buying entire cases of like the cheap $2 ones. So they aren't lasting. And I would have bought more of these probably if they had them. They only had those 2 color changing ones, which is a bit of a bummer because I could have used maybe 4 strings. Would have looked better on the front of my house. But anyhow, thanks for watching.